Indiana, not afraid of a tough Big Ten. I mean, they have guys like Tracy Jackson Davis coming back at a nice recruiting class headed by five-star Christian Lander. But their outside shooting is going to be a big question mark. And how much do you think that's going to impact them here, Dom?
It will. They're going to be a bubble team again. It seems like they are every year. They can't seem to get comfortably in the tournament like they just were for so many years under Marchie Miller. Yeah, I don't even know why we call him Marchie Miller anymore because he struggles to get their team playing deep into March. But Indiana, another one of those teams capable of beating any team. We saw them last year with those just electric Thursday, Friday night games that they were just must tune in because they're playing Michigan State, they're playing Maryland, and you're sitting there, you're like, man, I can't wait to watch Indiana play because watching games at Assembly Hall, there's nothing like it. Watching those games are awesome, but they're going to need the shooting to improve last year because there are games where they'd shoot well and they'd beat almost anyone. Then they'd hang tough with, Nebraska and Northwestern would hang tough with them, and you're just sitting there, you're like, man, like this isn't Indiana basketball. So if they play Indiana basketball, they're going to be a good team this year.
And that's going to be a big thing for them. I think the outside shooting is going to be the single biggest key to their success, really. And it's not just that, but also that's how they shoot in general. This is a team that shot 67.9% from the free throw line. That is absolutely not going to cut it. And we won't know. We will never know if they would have gotten into the NCAA tournament. Signs are they probably would have. But to me, Indiana's a team that is going to have to rely on Christian Lander and not just Jackson Davis. I think that's going to have to be a big thing. Rob Finney, Al Durham, those are a couple of guys also that are going to have to be relied on. And the experience is there. It absolutely is. This is a team that they have that experience. The talent level isn't as good, though, as teams like Iowa and Wisconsin, which we'll get to later on. That's going to be the big thing for Indiana. They're going to steadily improve throughout the season, make the most of your non-conference games, what limited games you have there, and then in the conference, win the games you're supposed to. Even though the Big Ten doesn't really have a lot of games that could be considered as bad losses outside Nebraska and Northwestern, this is a team that needs to get as many wins as possible. And I do think that if they slip up too often in Big Ten play, this is a team that can easily fall down, maybe not all the way out of the NCAA tournament, but maybe into a first four situation, which I'm sure Indiana does not want to have thrust upon them. And especially Archie Miller, whose tenure at Indiana hasn't really been what many people were expecting when he came from Dayton. And I think that is something that we are now in a situation where Miller, Bloomington could get a little upset if things don't get improving. Every year it seems like it has been a steadily improvement, but now in year 4, if you can't deliver NCAA tournament, I'm not sure how long the Bloomington fans are really going to stick up for you here, Dom.
No, absolutely not. And I'm a believer in Indiana this year. I think they'll make the tournament comfortably as a single-digit seed now. Whether or not they end up being a 5, 6, 7 seed or an 8 or 9 seed, we'll have to wait and see. But I would be completely shocked if they end up missing the tournament. There's 5 other teams that we haven't talked about yet in this conference. I have Indiana ranked 6th in the conference.
Yeah, and from some of the things that I have been seeing and some other preseason lists, it seems like Indiana is listed 7th below teams rather like Ohio State and Rutgers. I think Indiana should Lander really step up along with Jackson Davis. That could be a combination that is lethal and teams do have to watch out for in the Big Ten.